What's up, guys? Today I'm just going to be placing some bets on the main bot for the SharpMoney Discord premium plan. We might dip into some of the prop bots later, but I just want to give you kind of my thought process through me finding plays on the main bot. Right now it's Thursday, and there's obviously a bunch of college football on Saturday. So Thursday is kind of prime time to find college football because typically the limits on the sharp books increase quite a bit on Thursday, and then they obviously leading up to game time, they're slowly increasing. So you can trust the markets a little bit more. Early in the week, when limits are low, markets can be manipulated pretty easily by sports betting groups that say if they want to bet a over on a game, they can kind of hammer the under early in the week at low limits until that book raises the limits up, and they drove that market down, and now they can smash the over, which they originally wanted at higher limits when the limits increase. So now it's harder to move markets with high limits come Thursday, Friday, Saturday, leading up to college football. So now's the perfect time to find some good value compared to sharp books like Circa and Bookmaker. So we find plays three different ways, really, in the Sharp Money Discord and the main bot for football. So if the number one way and the best way possible is if Circa and Bookmaker have a price on a certain line, you can take the average of them and devig them to find value on the retail books. Let's just say just Circa has a line and Bookmaker doesn't. Then the second process for us is devigging just to Circa or devigging just to Bookmaker if they both don't have a line up. The third way we find plays is a market average of the retail books where Circa and Bookmaker don't have any prices or any lines in the game. So I already been placing bets today. These are the 7 books that I use. So they're on my main bot channel: FanDuel, Fanatics, ESPN, DraftKings, Caesars, BetMGM, and Bally. As you can see, there's already bets popping up here. I just want to walk you through the graphs. Like I said, I've already placed some of these bets, so I'm not going to be placing everything I see because I already placed them. But let's just talk about some of these bets. So here's one I already placed. My name's on it. This is Rutgers versus UCLA, and this is on ESPN Bet, and this is with a market average DVIG. And the reason I would take a market average DVIG on ESPN is because they're really not that sharp of a book. No retail book is necessarily sharp, but FanDuel and like Bet Online, I kind of trust more than the other books. So when it comes to market average plays, typically I'm looking for at least 2%. On Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, I'm looking probably 2% and up. Early in the week, I'm probably looking in that 3 to 4% range when it comes to market average. But here's a play I like here because we have ESPN priced at plus 145. DraftKings, FanDuel are plus 124, so that's over 20 cents value compared to them. Pinnacle is at plus 139. So Pinnacle is a sharp book when it comes to main markets like the NFL, NHL, the bigger leagues. But when it comes to college sports, they don't operate in the United States. So U.S. college sports, they don't have high limits for. So I basically just view them as another retail book. So this is a play that I would take just because FanDuel and DraftKings are just so low here and the EV is high. So that's a play that I took earlier. We'll scroll down again. Close to a similar situation here. We have an Eastern Michigan that's calling for them minus 9.5 at plus 185 odds. As you can see, FanDuel is priced at 172, which really isn't that big of a difference to that ESPN line at plus 185. Really, DraftKings is just weighing this market down. So this is a bet that I would skip, especially when it has that kind of lower EV to it. All right, we got Old Dominion versus Texas State. I don't think I've placed this bet, so I will take it. Straight up bookmaker DVIG, first half total points over 30.5. The reason this is a low EV play, but it's Thursday, so I'll start playing these low EV plays now that it's Thursday and the limits are a little higher. One thing you have to take in consideration too is what type of this is. So obviously the larger limits are the main, full game spreads, totals, money lines. First half is kind of the second big category of totals and spreads and stuff like that. And then first quarter is even smaller limits. So we can trust full game prices more than we trust first half prices trust first half more than we trust first quarter. So we don't trust this as much as maybe a full game line, but it's so late in the week. The limits are probably pretty good. Small edge here, something I will play. So I'm just gonna type hit this bet right now. Over 30.5 for the first half at -115. I was placing a lot of bets earlier this morning, so I don't think I actually hit this one. This is a first half 30.5 -115. Let's see. I'll log in real quick. So one thing too, like we said, the sharp sports books, their limits are higher on full game stuff, and so are the retail books. They all have limits to how much money you can actually bet into them. So like on ESPN, I have limits. Once you start making money, there's really nothing you can do to prevent your limits. You just gotta take them and try to find a way to get as much money down as you can as possible. Once you have an edge, the books will realize that and you will be limited. So main markets, like if I were to bet a full game spread or full game money line, I can probably bet $50 to $100. First half markets, same thing like the sharp books, they're not going to let you bet as much money. So $13 on a first half line where if I were to bet a full game line, they'd probably let me bet $50 to $100. And I'm putting that 80 cents in there because I'm getting every cent I can off these books now that I've been limited. When you first start betting, you don't want to be betting like weird bet sizing. So like, let's just say your unit size was $100 and this wants you to bet 0.72 units. That's what the half Kelly is recommending, 0.72 units. That would be a $72 bet. Don't bet $72. You're going to look like you're using some type of mathematical formula to place your bet. You don't want to look like you know what you're doing. So just round it up to something even like, $75. Something that doesn't look so suspicious. The other cool thing too, once you place a bet, if you're unfamiliar with this Discord, once you place a bet, you can hit this place bet button and it'll add your name. So the one cool thing that our bot does is once the value is gone on this bet, so let's just say ESPN changes this to -120 and there's no longer value, then this bet is going to clear from this channel and the bet will be gone. But if, say, bookmaker moves later in the week and now there's value back on this play, your name will still stay on it so you don't double bet. The one issue that we have is your name's only going to stay on here if this over 30.5 line pops back up. So if the odds move or the number move to over 31.5, unfortunately your name's not going to be on there and you might find yourself double betting a couple things. So that's the one thing with positive betting is we're betting, on Saturday I'm betting over 100 bets a day. There's no way for me to know, if I'm on a game multiple times. So really try not to sweat the double bets. Try to just have a good idea of where you're at. Check your Picket account every once in a while. If you have a double bet, maybe realize or make a mental note of that game so you don't triple bet it. A couple double bets, it's not going to kill you. You start triple betting, quadruple betting some stuff on accident. That's where a couple losses could really diminish your bankroll. And we preach bankroll management here. We're not here betting 10 units on something. We're betting typically 1 unit or under on a lot of plays. So if you find something pops up big and you bet it 6 times, we don't want you guys betting tons of units on one play. So we do the best we can to limit you guys from doing that. But that's just our one way of doing it. And then also, I forget if I sent this one already. So for me, I have a channel in the Discord where I send all my plays to a channel. So I just replied to that one to send it to my call out channel. You can follow in the call out section just under closing dime bot plays, and all the bot plays I take will be posted right in here. So you can actually set it up so you get notifications every time a play pops up. This is good for people that you want to scroll through all the bets that I've taken and find good charts and just kind of see what type of bets I'm taking. It's a good place to start and just scroll through them. Or you can just keep your notifications on for that and find the bets that I'm taking also. So we were in ESPN, right? So this is another market average play I would be taking probably. Really low EV. I probably wouldn't. Like I said, I'm looking for 2% plus for market average right now. Here's another market average. ESPN clearly an outlier here, but just really not a big enough discrepancy for me to hop on it. So it's another first half bet that I would be placing, real small edge to bookmaker, but we're going to trust it this early in the week. Let's see what else we got. First half total here too. Coastal Carolina and Louisiana. That's not the one we just placed. No, we placed Old Dominion. So over 27.5 minus 115. Here's a play I would definitely be taking. Only a 1.78% EV play. And it's first half, so it's going to be tough to get off too much money here. So over 27.5 at 115. Price is still good. We will see what they let me bet. I don't know if you can hear that, but we're getting a lot of pings. So let me go back and check out what type of pings we're getting. The NBA starts next week, so that's when EV betting gets fun. When we get college hoops and the NBA on, there's games every single day. So it's really fun. Football is really fun to bet because the limits are a lot larger, but there's only games on the weekend for the most part. So it's hard to really get your volume out there. They're not verifying my location on ESPN, so I won't bet that right now. That's probably because I'm logged in over there. But all right, let's hop over to FanDuel because we got a couple of pings coming up. All right, here's a great play. Love this play right here. Math Wins is already on it. I'm going to hit this right away. So over 7 goals at plus 172. Pinnacle, who is sharp in the NHL market, just went from 165 down to 155. So a good 10-cent movement here. This is a good play. 172 we're looking for the price. I like it. I'm going 150, which is about a unit for me. Recommended unit size for half Kelly better is about 7/10 of a unit. Let me just send this one to my channel so people that are following it can get it. And then we'll talk about this one a little bit more. There was 2 bets that popped up. Both of these have good EV. This one's a little different. All right, let's focus on this one chart that we just hit, just so I can kind of show you guys. So Pinnacle is dropping their line. So price movement is so crucial when it comes to finding positive EV bets, especially when we're playing bets with lower EV. So basically what this means is Pinnacle has this priced at 165, and since Pinnacle accepts sharp bettors, they don't put limits on bettors like FanDuel and ESPN does, where anyone that is good at betting can only place $20 on their book. Pinnacle has a limit which every single person betting into their book can bet the full limit. So if you're modeling your own games, if you're originating your own lines and you're really good, you're going to be placing bets on Pinnacle, Bookmaker, and Circa because the limits are much higher and you can get full bets off. That's what professional bettors do. So since professional bettors are betting into these lines and the market moves based on how much money is coming into these lines on these books, then we know that sharp bettors are hitting it at certain prices. So here's an example where if the sharp bettors hit this at even plus 160 here, they bet it down 5 cents from that plus 160 point. That means that sharp bettors were finding value at plus 160. Our DVIG is to this endpoint, which is taking the over and the under into consideration to find the fair value. Plays like this, though, where I see the market is moving in the right direction, I'm assuming that this fair value is probably 160, if not lower, because it got priced down from plus 160. So if the fair value, we're flagging this at 165 and finding good value, obviously at 172. But if this fair value is kind of in that 160 range that I was just talking about, we're talking about this EV being probably 4%. So this is a bet that I would smash right now. I just hit it for a unit and a half. So one other cool thing that we can do, and this is just to get a good concept of where the limits are. So there's a website called Pinnacle Odds Dropper, and I kind of use it once in a while with our Discord when a bet like this flags on Pinnacle. I like to just see where the limits are at and how the odds are actually moving. So we'll look into the Red Wings game. So simply, this just shows you how much Pinnacle is willing to let people bet. Or I might have to type in Detroit. Red Wings, Rangers, tongue twister. So we just bet the there's an alternate total. So we're going to have to look at alternates, show alts totals over 7. So the limits aren't crazy high here, but this is a great chart on Pinnacle Odds Dropper here. Let's see, I can zoom into that later. So this is the limit right here. So the total that we just bet was over 7. On our Discord, we just flagged it at over 7 at plus 172 odds, right? So we go into Pinnacle, we search for the game, Pinnacle Odds Dropper, search for the total over 7. We see that this market has $2,500 limits on it. Not really the most efficient market. Obviously, the higher up the limits go, the more efficient the market is. You see, like the full game stuff is 5K limits, but even 2,500, it's pretty decent limits for a NHL game. So here is what we like to see. Let's see if I can zoom in here. I don't want to see I just want to see the graph. All right, so I might zoom in on my screen for you guys to see it. But essentially, this orange line you see here that spiked up, that is the limit. So earlier today, their limits were $1,250 for this line, right? But then they increased their limit up to $2,500. This green line is the price. So pretty shortly after they increased their limits up to that 2.5K, the line started dropping like crazy, which means sharp bettors were waiting for the limits to increase, and then they started pricing it down. So this was priced at 166 on Pinnacle pretty early on, and now it's been priced all the way down to plus 155, which I believe that's what we flagged it at. So we picked it up, Pinnacle at plus 155. That's still currently where they're at. With these higher limits, they got priced down a lot. So when you see limits go up and prices go down, that is crucial to making money positive EV betting. We are hoping to one day be able to work something like this into our own bot, so we don't have to double check Pinnacle Odds Dropper for this type of stuff. The one thing is, you don't need to know exactly the numbers all the time of what the limits are. You just have to use common sense. Like I was talking about earlier, limits for college football, they're going to be low until like Thursday. Limits for NHL lines, MLB lines the night before, they're low. Don't trust them. But day of stuff, you can be really confident that the limits are going up. If you start finding, plays on our Discord really close to game time, the limits are high and the markets can be really trusted. So essentially the rule of thumb is basically early in the day or way before a game starts, look for high EV plays. And then once it gets closer to game time, you can play some of these lower EV plays. Here's another one here. FanDuel kind of increased their odds some reason, but Pinnacle has not moved on this. So I will be taking this one we'll go another unit and a half here just because the EV is nice. Let's see. All right, so good. So a good example here. We flagged this bet at 172, right? That's what FanDuel had this priced at. But when we went to load it up into FanDuel, they already moved down 8 cents. So this play is really no longer good, this is just a good confirmation that we found a really good price. We missed it because plays move quick, so you're not going to catch them all. So no big deal, but it does give us a little confirmation that this was a good play, that we wanted to play it, and it would have been good if we got that value. So I'll just talk about this too real quick. So we went into the sports book, and it's priced at 164. Our fair value is 162, correct? So if you can find a better price than the fair value, which 164 is a better price, then the bet still has value. It's not that much value anymore. It's not 3% EV, and we shouldn't be betting one unit on this anymore. But using a little common sense here, hold on, it cleared on us. Yeah, so like I said, our bot takes away the pings once the value is gone, or once it drops under 1%. So that play dropped under 1% EV. But where I was going with it is that we were still getting a couple cents of value. So if you wanted to sprinkle like a tenth of a unit on it, it's still like an okay play. But our bot cleared it because the EV went under 1%. But you just have to make sure if that value moves on you, you're not betting half Kelly recommended unit size, because most of the value is gone, and half Kelly is based on the EV percentage and win probability. So when that EV percentage changes, so does the recommended unit size. Here's a couple plays. This is on. So that's some huge EV here on FanDuel. Let's see what's going on here. So it looks like, so our chart, it looks like it might be delayed here because it was showing us priced at 164. So it looks like FanDuel increased their price from 164 up to 186. So I don't really like betting lines that are moving upwards. So this one, like I said, our graphs can be a little bit delayed. It should update later. But if FanDuel was at 164 earlier and now they're priced at 186, yes, they might have overjumped the market. But if they're moving in that direction, I'm assuming some type of news came out that they know about or something. So I'm not touching markets that are moving up, because if I hop in this now at 186 and later in the day it continues that direction and I look back later and it's 190, then I'm not going to be happy with the value I got. So just a play I'm skipping there. These are a lot of market average plays. So I'm not playing market average plays on FanDuel too often unless the value is just really good. So it looks like another play pinged. Yeah, this is an interesting one here too. So FanDuel's dropping down. DraftKings is dropping down, and ESPN Bet is priced at 145. But I'm really looking for higher EVs here. So kind of intriguing because we have a little bit of market movement in our direction, but still not going to play it. A lot of market average plays. So here's one that I might have already taken, but Temple versus Tulsa here. This is a straight bookmaker DVIG first half. So the limits aren't going to be huge, but since it's Thursday, we can expect some at least significant limits and trust the market a little bit. So minus 142 on bookmaker, while we can get it at minus 126 on FanDuel. So I'll play that one. Play one on FanDuel, minus 124, just double checking that our price is correct. Yep. So I'm playing this at $125. I don't really look at the Kelly recommended unit size anymore because I'm past that kind of bankroll growth stage. But I do recommend you looking at the Kelly criteria and playing, pretty much following it to a T for the most part. If you're seeing good movement in your direction, I would probably bump up the Kelly recommended bet sizing. When you see flat lines like this, when the market's pretty stable, I would just trust it. See if there's a DraftKings bet. So here's one too. Here's a good example. So there's some. So this is another play, basically the same thing we just looked at. Good value to bookmaker. Another one, good value to bookmaker. I would take. So here's a good example, a good talking point here. And we can look at this on Pinnacle Odds Dropper too, just to get a good idea of where the limits are. But here is a game that is 3-4 days out. Actually, this might be the Monday night game. So we're talking, this game is far out. We're only having a 1% EV to Pinnacle. Pinnacle is sharp in this market. But like I said, first quarters, you can't trust first quarters as much as you can trust first halves, as much as you can trust full game. So first quarter, I'm looking for higher EVs than 1%. The limits are probably very, very, very low here, maybe even $500 limits. These markets are not efficient yet. So something I would probably hold off on. We'll just, for the hell of it, we'll just check here. Tampa Bay. Let's see. Maybe this wasn't going to pop up. Tampa Bay Bucks Ravens. So we're looking at some alternate. Actually, first quarter might be listed here. So here are your first quarter bets, and we're looking at under 9.5 for the first quarter points. $500 limits. Just like I were to guess, nothing. I wouldn't even consider this. Definitely wouldn't consider this bet. So now it's Thursday. So let's just say this game was Sunday night. I'm probably waiting for first quarter bets. I'm probably waiting till Sunday. Honestly, I don't know what the limits are come game time, but I know they're gonna be a lot more than $500. Any significant bet into this market or group of bettors, they can change the price so easily. Not something that I'm going to be dabbling in, especially at a low percent EV. I mean, if that EV was 5%, I'd probably play it, but not something I'm looking at for first quarter. Here's a play I like. This is good too because bookmaker just opened this line, so I expect FanDuel to come down to this price. So we have Connecticut versus Wake Forest, first half over, so we can trust it a little bit more than the first quarter stuff. I would probably say for even college football, I'm not playing first quarter stuff until day of, um, but I'll play first half starting Thursday, and be even more confident come Friday. But mostly full game stuff. Thursday is the perfect time to start looking. Hit the mobile link there. We'll see. I'm not going to be able to, like I said, first half stuff. I don't get full units on. Minus 112, just double check that. It's still a good price. So I'm just going to throw 100 on it. I'm probably going to have like a $50 max bet if I were to guess. When it comes to NFL, though, on DraftKings, I can get some significant size bets off. Same with Fanatics and ESPN. When it comes to college stuff, I don't always have that high of limits, but I can get some really large wagers on the NFL because even the retail books have really high limits for these markets. So we'll see what they'll let me bet here. If they can verify the location. Minus 112, the number's still there, so we're good. So $67, not terrible. We'll place it and send it to my channel. Then let's talk about the prop bots while we're here, and kind of just the premium plan in general. So the premium plan, which has the main bot, which is picking up spreads, totals, money lines, all the alternate markets for everything. We have tennis, we have NFL, college football, we have everything. All the major sports are in the main bot, and all the alternate markets are in there too. What else? The other thing we offer are individual prop bots. So the main bot is $29.99 a month. But if you want access to these prop bot channels, it is $9.99 a month. So only 30 cents a day. And we're finding a ton of value on these channels over here. So I'll just go into them real quickly. So the FanDuel, this is FanDuel NFL. There's no sharp book when it comes to player props because the sharp books don't have high limits. So the markets aren't as efficient. In basketball, we typically see that FanDuel is actually pretty good at setting prices. So we trust FanDuel a little bit more, but I've had a lot of success betting NFL props into FanDuel. So here's a couple of plays that I already took. I'll kind of just show off what the channel looks like. Like I said, this is just a kind of a market average. There's no sharp books. So we have Brock Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns at minus 102 odds, 2% EV kind of to the market. You can see we're graphing all of the other retail books. Some books are priced at, Pinnacle minus 122, BetOnline minus 116, Bovada minus 125. So to grab it at 102 is a great price. We also have Kirk Cousins up here, minus 146 over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Also, you see some books, Pinnacle minus 185, Caesars minus 184. Real good price on FanDuel. So those are the bets I took there. The NHL prop bot is a little bit tougher to bet because you're betting a lot of goal scorers and the odds are sometimes plus 200 or over. So what I'm doing here is I'm strictly, I'll start at the top, strictly searching for 5% EV plays. That's where I start my search. So I'm quickly looking. If I don't see 5% EV right here, I'm scrolling right by. 7 doesn't get it done. 2%, 7%. So this is something I'm going to look at. A quick look at. So the next thing I want to look at is the graph and the prices of the other books. So 7% EV, 7.5% EV. But what we see here is there are books agreeing with FanDuel at this plus 200. So we have MGM and BetOnline priced at plus 200 here. What's weighing it down is we have ESPN and Pinnacle in this 160, 155 range. So I'm really looking for outlier bets here. The problem with NHL props, the problem with even like home run props is not all the books offer two-sided markets. So FanDuel is only offering us players to score goals. MGM is only offering us players to score goals. There's really no way to determine a fair value of a line unless you're getting the yes and no for a player to score a goal. So not every book does that. And the books that do for two-way markets. They are these lower books, and that's why they're bringing the market down. But I'm really just looking for FanDuel to be an outlier here when I'm looking at the FanDuel channel. I don't want to see two other books having this priced at plus 200. I'm looking for true outliers when it comes to goal scorers. Mathwins is on this bet. I think he's had pretty good success. I have not personally with NHL. I mean, we're only a week into the season, so I'm not taking anything from it, but I'm very selective with the NHL goal scorer props to start. So I'm not playing that. I'm still looking for that 5%. I don't see it there. Not there. Here's a 6% play. I kind of like this because no one is really agreeing. The closest book is plus 130, and we're getting plus 150 here. So 20 cents difference to the closest book. We have that 5% EV. We have a lot of books priced 116, 120, 125, 107. So to get this at 150, this is a play that I really like since they're just on an island by themselves here. So let's load this one up. We're a goal for plus 150. We're getting a lot of pings too. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we might have to hop back over to the main bot in a second. Let me get this one in. As much as I want to just teach you guys and not waste time placing bets, I do want to get some bets in. So this actually went up a little bit, which sometimes concerns me that we don't like to see books increasing the value of a play. But I'm going to take this just because they're an outlier, and that movement doesn't really make too much sense to me. So what I'm doing too is I'm just flat betting like a half unit on all of these bets, just for basically tracking purposes. I definitely do not recommend playing the Kelly criteria for player props. I would maybe an eighth Kelly if you want to start playing some of these props. Maybe go an eighth Kelly, stick to eighth Kelly to start. But until you establish some profits and a good strategy, I would be avoiding that. So I just wanted to show you a couple NHL props and a couple NFL props. NFL props have been crazy good, but I'm telling you, when we launched that NBA, and we have games every day, that's when you start finding a lot of value. All right, here is I saw. All right, this is the best play. I don't think I'm going to get this off. This must be gone. Bookmaker Circa DVIG 8% EV, plus Purdue plus 27.5 at 112 odds. I don't think we're going to get it. So it moved down. This is going to be moving quick, so I have to be fast here. We're flagging at fair value minus 105. So this is good down to minus 105. And it's still getting plus money. So I'm loading up 250 on that play. So it did move. Here, I'm gonna load it back up just so I can talk about it. That was just a great play, so I was excited. Plus 108 here. So it got flagged at plus 112, right? So we've moved down, but you have to look at the fair value. So this play is good up to minus 105. So it moved on us, but it didn't move enough to lose all the value. So essentially, it's still good. The one thing you have to consider is, I never really recommended betting over 3 units anyway. But when the EV changes because the price changed, like I said, your Kelly percentage is going to change also. So just maybe a 3-unit play, maybe 2.5 units on that one. That's a smash play though, because we have bookmaker and Circa prices. This is a full game spread. This is unbelievable play. I love that play so much. So we're getting the every alternate market's going to get pinged here too. You're just pulling market average, but that's why we're getting crazy pings. Does look like the books kind of jumped up, but then got priced back down. So not concerning that's moving up because it stopped and it got priced back down. This is one of those things that I just think FanDuel probably overshot the market by a lot. One other thing, I'll load it back up again. We'll see if I'd be surprised if they're still at plus 108. They still are. Honestly, this is just a play that's so good. I'm hitting it for another. All right. Might as well just max out that play, because that's just a play I love. And I forgot to send that one to the channel. Don't want you guys following my channel to miss that one. Even first half point spreads are popping off here. I'm assuming. So the one thing you do too is we're getting pings like crazy. Like I don't know what's going on with this game, but there's some crazy movement. So you're probably going to get the same ping on every single book here. Yeah. So we got. I think I just saw the other side of this line actually flag, or maybe it just got cleared. Yeah, that was just chaos because something big just happened in that game. DraftKings, what do they have? All right, nothing there. But yeah, that's a great play. That's pretty much exactly what you're looking for. Here is a huge EV play on DraftKings. I must have missed it. Drake London, we flagged it at over 75.5 passing yards at plus 115. We have dead emojis, so people aren't playing. It looks like it's dead. And this bet should clear out, but all these books are priced at minus 110. I'm just going to see what it's priced at. Because, like I said, maybe they're no, I think they took it. Yeah, DraftKings took it right off. So I'm not sure if anyone was actually able to get to that bet before it moved, but definitely clear value on the NFL prop bot that just popped up. All right, let's look at MGM here. Here's a play I'm definitely taking good value bookmaker. I'm not going to go and place these bets right now. I just wanted to show you what I was looking for. I think this basically here's a play that's interesting. It's a market average to just DraftKings and ESPN. I don't love it, but it being over 3% EV, I'm going to hop on this one. Like I said, market average, I'm looking for at least 3% EV. We don't have the graph for ESPN, but we are pricing it at 140. So FanDuel is definitely an outlier here. This is something that I'm just sprinkling a little bit of money on. So we're looking at 164. I'm placing a $75 wager because it's just easier for me to track it on Picket. What I've been trying to do is from market average place, just flat betting $75 so that I can go on my Picket account and just look at all the $75 plays that I bet and know that it was market average. So it's something I've been testing out is just kind of these market average bets. I've been really profitable with them so far, but my closing line value has not been great. So I'm still not just fully trusting these. So that's basically, this is mostly football plays that we were flagging while I was on today. Obviously, I'll probably make another video once the NBA starts and once college basketball starts, talking about the same type of stuff. But that's the premium plan. The main bot is where there's just so much value. I think we're offering an incredible price for the product we have with Bookmaker Circa odds and the line movement. With the bet links and everything, I don't think you're going to find a better priced EV product than $30 a month for what we're offering. So we have that for $30 a month. We have the prop bots for $10 a month, but we also have, we're not all paid. There is a free section of the SharpMoney Discord. I'll leave that link below for the free and the paid. But in the free section, and I posted a YouTube video about the free section earlier in the week, so I'll probably just link that video also. But there is a free plays section or channel where we send if I like a play, instead of sending it to my channel or along with sending it to my channel, I can send it to the free members of the Discord so they can hop on some of these plays. We run little competitions down there. Like if you guess the score correctly for Monday Night Football, you will receive either maybe some merch or a free premium membership. Things like that. So, and then there's also a free chat channel. So you can talk to me in the free SharpMoney Discord, or like I said, I think we provide a lot of value and premium. So definitely hop in. If you're watching this video from my YouTube channel and you click one of the links below to join the SharpMoney Discord, whether you're free or paid, just tag me on Discord and let me know you found my channel and that you're here to learn about positive EV betting. I would love to have conversations with you guys individually and just kind of explain the process and how it all works. So if you can, please leave a like on this video. If you made it to the end, it's a long video to watch. So if you made it this long, you're definitely interested in this type of content. So please leave a like if you made it this far. All right, I'll see you guys later. Let's go make some money.